Hi everyone, it's me Gaming Do, and welcome to a list that is kind of appropriate for right now because we are officially 2 weeks away from Christmas, as today is December 11th and Christmas Day is exactly 2 weeks from today. So yeah guys, with that, I'm going to bring you my top 10 Christmas specials, movies. Even I think there's a mention of two TV episodes, but the only qualification is these have to be Christmas related. And I can tell you, I hold some of these specials and movies dear, near and dear to my heart. They have been with me since childhood. Some of them haven't. Some of them I've watched more when I was an adult, but um a lot of these have been there since I was a child. A lot of them I came back to and absolutely loved them. And I'll probably tell a story about each and every one of these. Um, so without further ado, let's get started. Coming in as my number 10, we have SpongeBob SquarePants Christmas Who. I love the SpongeBob Christmas special from 2012, the stop motion animation one, but you can't really compare it to Christmas Who. In my opinion, at least, this is the better special. Why do I love Christmas Who so much? Well, first things first, I gotta say, I just love the feeling they did, sort of bringing Bikini Bottom in a winter setting, sort of like having all sorts of Christmas stuff and the snow in the Bikini Bottom, and it's honestly beautiful. Second, I love the atmosphere of Christmas in this episode. I love how most people actually just get right into the Christmas spirit while Squidward's his normal grouchy self. But that's not the best part of this episode. The best part of this episode has to be the Christmas Feels Like the Very First Christmas to Me song. In my opinion, it is probably up there with my top, I would say, 20 favorite Christmas songs of all time. It's just so catchy and lovable. And I'm a big SpongeBob fan, so this might be a bias for me, but I love Christmas Who. It's my 10th favorite Christmas special and I of all time. Prefer it over any of the Loud House Christmas specials, and I just love it. Coming in at my number 9 is going to be Mr. Hankys Christmas Classics from South Park. South Park, now they have some amazing Christmas specials. They have more than just two, unlike SpongeBob. They have episodes like Red Sleigh Down, Woodland Critters Christmas, Mr. Hanky the Christmas Pooh, Merry Christmas Charlie Manson. So many great South Park Christmas specials. But in my opinion, the third one, Mr. Hanky's Christmas Classics from Season 3, is the best. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is basically just a compilation of Christmas songs. Yeah, well, isn't Christmas about songs, kind of? And all of the songs in the special, all of them are really catchy and really enjoyable, and they just, as raunchy as they are, they kind of bring you in the Christmas spirit. I love this special. It's not for kids, don't get me wrong. Unlike the rest of these, this is the only Christmas special that is not for kids. But it is funny as all hell. I love Mr. Hanky's Christmas Classics. It's my absolute favorite out of all of them. My favorite song is the Merry Fucking Christmas song from Mr. Garrison. I love that song so much. It's so funny. And that's about it. Mr. Hanky's Christmas Classics is my favorite South Park Christmas special, and it is my ninth favorite Christmas special of all time. Coming in as my number 8 is going to be a Christmas classic, Frosty the Snowman. There are more than one Ranking Bass Christmas special on here. Overall, I'd say Ranking Bass is the best company in terms of Christmas films. I'm sorry, guys. I'm coming up with a little bit of not really coming up with a little bit of anything, but I kind of sometimes I get bad allergies and it causes me to cough. So if you hear me go or cough, then that's why. Sorry about that. But anyways, back to Frosty. Frosty is just so damn lovable. I don't know how you describe it. Only thing I'll say is it's really, really, really short. It's only 25 minutes, and this is one of the only Christmas specials that it feels like 25 minutes. This probably would have been in my top 5 if they just added maybe. If this was a 1 hour Christmas special, I think it would have been much better. But I did think it was a tiny bit too short. But the positives, pretty much after that, are unlimited. I love all the characters. I love Frosty. I love Professor Hinkle. I love Karen. I love Hocus Pocus the Bunny. They're all classic. I love the animation, the way they just. For 1969, the animation is pretty damn good. It feels like something that's like 70s, maybe even 80s animation, but this came out in the late 60s. That's pretty damn good for the 60s. I love the song. I love the version of the song sang in the special, and who can forget? By God, just I don't know his name, or Jimmy something, but the narrator of the special might be my favorite part of the entire special. He just makes it so freaking charming. I love Frosty the Snowman. Not quite as good as some of the other Rankin Bass specials, but it's still a great special. Coming in at my number 7, we have Home Alone. It's freaking Home Alone. What else is there to say? It's hilarious as hell. All the ways Kevin tries to basically kick out the bandits with all his traps. My favorite trap is the one where he basically gets the freaking flame on the guy's head through the door, and it's you probably know what I'm talking about. It's freaking hilarious. I also love the scene where my favorite scene in the special actually is when Kevin goes inside the church and talks to the old man he kind of found creepy and screamed and ran back in the house, and it's the scene where Kevin goes in and basically he grows sort of, I think it's something about his daughter is away for Christmas or something, if I'm not mistaken. And I haven't watched Home Alone this Christmas yet. I'm planning to watch it actually probably this week sometime. But from my memory, that's what happened. But just Macaulay Culkin's performance as Kevin is freaking legendary. I mean, it's one of the best Christmas movie performances of all time. And the performance by Joe Pesci and Tim Curry's not in this movie. I don't know the name. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little bit fogged up, but yeah, the ending is also really, really sweet in this movie, where basically his family reunites with him, and it's Home Alone is really funny and really heartwarming at the exact same time, and that's why it's my 7th favorite Christmas special of all time. Coming in as my number 6, we have The Year Without a Santa Claus. I mean, Heat Miser and Snow Miser. That's all I gotta say. But there's more to it than just that. Even though they are clearly the highlights of the special. Just the whole tone of this special. It feels, I don't know, it kind of feels like Santa Claus really is going to be taking the year off. and they gotta go around the world to see if people really appreciate Santa Claus. And Santa, I think he disguises himself and actually goes somewhere, and basically this kid doesn't believe in Santa Claus, but the disguised Santa basically sings to him. And um again, I love Rankin Bass's stop motion animation films. They're all really freaking good. Every single one of them. I can always say I love the stop motion animation in them. Um, I love the little reindeer in the special. He's cute. Um, I probably have the least to say about the special because I think I haven't watched this year yet also, but The Year Without a Santa Claus is an absolute classic. Absolutely guaranteed a classic. Coming in as my number 5 is a Christmas special I watched very recently. You saw it in my GD Plush video. It is none other than number 5, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, original 1966 version. It's the freaking Grinch. It's iconic. My favorite scene in this special is when he goes to steal the Christmas tree, but little Cindy Lou, who is no more than 2, comes out and basically asks him why he's stealing the Christmas tree. Uh, Actually, no. I kind of like the ending more, where he basically realizes his way. His heart grows 3 times, and he basically delivers Christmas back to all the Who's, and it's just beautiful. Beautiful. Again, it is kind of short, but in this instance, I think it's kind of a little more justified than Frosty because it kind of tells a more complete story, in my opinion. And, yeah, I love the Grinch. I love the voice acting in this special. I love the animation. I believe Chuck Jones did the animation on this special. It's just, what else is there to say? It's the Grinch. So, what else is there to say? How about the fact that I like the 2000 Jim Carrey Grinch more? And that's why coming in at my number 4 is How the Grinch Stole Christmas 2000. I think they up the humor times 10 in this special. I love the scene where he's basically echoing in the cave saying, "I'm an idiot. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're an idiot." He just freaking bites into a glass bottle. Oh my god, that's so funny. I love the scene where the Who's just hike up the mountain and then he scares them with like a giant disguised monster or something. I love the song, the new version of the Grinch song, not the newest one. The newest one is definitely the worst out of all 3 of them. Still not a bad special, but Grinch by Illumination is, in my opinion, the worst one. But this is the best one, in my opinion. I freaking love all the jokes. I love the flashback scenes like Baby Grinch and Kid Grinch. It kind of brings a more justified reason to why the Grinch is a Grinch. And Jim Carrey gives a freaking phenomenal performance. It's up there with Lloyd Christmas and Ace Ventura as some of his best performances of all time. Now, let me ask you a question to the people who don't like this film. I respect your opinion, I really do, but why? I don't get how so many people dislike this special. It's hilarious, it's got good performances, it makes you feel in the holiday spirit, it's got great songs. I don't get it. I mean, it's your opinion and I respect it, but in my opinion, I freaking adore this special. Maybe it's because I've been watching this special since I was a little kid and this special or this isn't a special, this is a movie, but this movie came out the year before I was born, as I was born in 2001, so maybe this holds up to me a little more because I kind of grew up with it, but yeah, I love this movie more than most people do, and it's my fourth favorite Christmas movie of all time. What about my number three? Well, my number three, we return to the world of Rankin Bass with Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Um, this only became my number three this year, as this was the third Christmas movie I watched this year, right after Rudolph and Frosty. My first special of the year is always going to be Rudolph, but then I watched Frosty and then Santa Claus is Coming to Town. And let me tell you, I don't regret it. This is the second best Rankin Bass special of all time, in my opinion. Um, Mickey Rooney as Santa Claus. I should have said that about the Year Without a Santa Claus, because he was Santa Claus in that too, but he's even better than Year Without a Santa Claus in this one. It shows the origin story of Santa Claus, how he basically goes to a toy factory as a little baby. He's delivered to a toy factory. He then grows up and wants to give like a poor town a bunch of Christmas gifts, but toys are actually banned in that town, so he has to try to get them to him, and he basically rises everyone's Christmas spirit. And it's got a really beautiful ending where he actually gets married to Mrs. Claus, or what's her name? The lady Jessica is her name, I think. It's just the plot of the movie is amazing. And then Fred Astaire plays the narrator, and he's not my favorite Rankin Bass narrator, but he's the second best. I love his narration of this film, and I love, even more than that, the version of Santa Claus is Coming to Town by him. I think it's the best Rankin Bass narrator Christmas song of all time. Yes, I prefer it over Burl Ives' Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And Santa Claus is Coming to Town is freaking iconic. How can you not love it? It's a Rankin Bass classic. Well, there's two more films left, and from process of elimination from the thumbnail, you probably know what they are. But which one is number one? Is it going to be A Charlie Brown Christmas or Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Well, if you know me personally and you kind of go back to my channel, you'll probably know what my number one is. But let's get number two out of the way first. This is probably the biggest shock in the world to most of my family, because they actually don't like this special. And my friend doesn't like it either, and I just gotta ask, why? What is there to hate about A Charlie Brown Christmas? Seriously, why would you hate this special? It's the second best Christmas special of all time, in my opinion. Do you know what I love the most about this special? It has a great message about anti-commercialism. Basically, Christmas is very commercialized by most of the peanuts in this special, and Charlie Brown doesn't really want to have it, and it's causing him to go into a depression, basically. And Linus's message about Christmas basically being about Jesus is beautiful. I'll admit it, it's beautiful. And I'm not an extremely religious person, but I have my beliefs in God and Jesus, so I find it beautiful because of my beliefs. I love that message. I also love the songs. Particularly my favorite is the instrumental version of "Oh Christmas Tree," or O Tannenbaum, I think it's called, if it's not O Christmas Tree. That's just beautiful. Um, Let me tell you this. I'm not a huge peanut special, or I'm not a peanut special. What the frig is wrong with me? I'm not a huge Peanuts fan. I like the special. I really like the holiday specials, but outside of that, I'm not a big fan of them. I mean, they're okay. They're enjoyable enough. But I always love the holiday special, specifically this. It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. It's the Easter Beagle Charlie Brown, and it's Christmas time again. Charlie Brown are my five favorites. I mean, the atmosphere of Christmas is just. You really feel like this is an absolute Christmas special. It's beautiful and it's messaging. It's beautiful. It's tiny bit mean spirited, but ultimately it makes up so much in the end. I might get laughed at for saying this, but I kind of wish something like this would kind of happen in the Loud House. You see, um, those two are those two shows and specials are kind of very similar. Um, Charlie Brown and I'm fogged up right now. I'm sorry. Peanuts and Loud House are actually very similar, except maybe in my unpopular opinion, I think Charlie Brown gets more respect than Lincoln does. Because at least they freaking get a big Christmas tree and that's off topic. My point is a Charlie Brown Christmas is a special that most people in the world like, but around me, not a lot of people like it. And I freaking adore a Charlie Brown Christmas. I find it so freaking good. But there is one special I prefer over a Charlie Brown Christmas. If you don't like this Christmas special, I don't know what's wrong with you. I respect your opinion, but really, who in the world does not love my number one Christmas special, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Oh boy. I have a lot to say about this special. Pretty much everything about this special makes you think it's Christmas. So, sort of the personal story of this special with me is that it's very weird. I think I first got this special on my very first Christmas when I was just a 3-month-old baby in December 2001. I was only 3 months old at the time. I think my dad and mom got me the Rudolph videotape that year, and I've had it ever since. And well, no, I haven't. I got rid of that specific tape, but I have it on I have the collection with Rudolph, Frosty, and Santa Claus is Coming to Town on DVD. But um, when I first watched it from my memory, I think I was 3 years old. I couldn't get through the scene where the basically Rudolph and his dad hid from the abominable snowman and that he was walking in that scene. That scene scared me to half death, and I couldn't fully watch Rudolph until I was around 6 or 7 years old. Ever since I was 6 or 7 years old, though, this has been the ideal Christmas special for me. Every year on Black Friday, me and my family watch this special. It's a tradition at this point. We usually get our Christmas tree. Well, we used to until 2019 when we got a fake Christmas tree, which is more beautiful than pretty much any real Christmas tree I've had, but that's besides the point. The The point is, this is it's close to my heart because of it's personal to me. It's been with my family for years, and it's been a tradition to watch this every Black Friday, and I watch it more than just Black Friday. I usually watch it one other time around Christmas, and I watched it the first time. I think I'm gonna watch it the second time, maybe on Christmas Eve. But yeah, how can you not love Rudolph? The characters. Rudolph, Sam the Snowman, Hermie, D- D- Donner. Honestly, he's not very likable, but at the same time, he kind of is. Same as Santa Claus. Santa Claus is kind of a douchebag in this special, but besides that, you can kind of ignore it because it really goes into the story well. And the characters do feel bad for the way they act in the end, and they're sad for um making Rudolph run away because he's misfits, and wow, it's Rudolph. I love all the songs. I can pretty much name all of them. There's the Rudolph regular song, there's Jingle Jingle Jingle. We are Santa's elves. There's always tomorrow. We're a couple of misfits. The Island of Misfit Toys, A Holly Jolly Christmas, and then the ending version of Rudolph. Oh, my God, those are some of the best Christmas songs of all time. I have that playing pretty much all around late December to or late November to December 25th, and it's classic. How can you not love Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, guys? I don't understand how you could. If you're somehow a hater of this special, maybe because Donner and Santa Claus are assholes in the special, then comment in the comments below. But besides that, I don't get how you could hate it. This is pretty much the ideal Christmas special. It always gets me in the Christmas spirit every single year. And that's why it's my #1 favorite Christmas special of all time. So that's about it, guys. I hope you liked this video. Leave a like and a comment on what your favorite Christmas specials of all time are. I should have a couple more videos out this week. I think tonight I'm actually going to be doing an emulated gameplay of a game I've been playing for a while. I've been playing it for a while, but a series is coming back tonight, a gaming video, and I'm excited for that, but I got a little bit of work to do before that. So, yeah. That's about it, guys. Gaming Do here. See you later. Bye.